Well, hello traders. Here we are doing our Wednesday webinar for AITG. This is Dan. We have some other AITG people in the room with us tonight, myself and Jimmy and Roger. We have some attendees in tonight. I see Mr. Nantes and Mr. Earl Smith there as well. So welcome to all of you. Let me start off our video as we normally do with our mandatory 60-second disclaimer, which says the following. Number one, we are not licensed financial advisors or broker dealers. We do not tell you when or what to buy or sell. We develop trading software which allows you to conveniently manage multiple trades simultaneously, both on an individual pair basis as well as on an overall account equity basis. Our trading systems allow you to set the criteria you want for entering and exiting trades. Number two, do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Number three, we do not guarantee consistent pips or that anyone can make money with no effort. And we are not selling the Holy Grail. Number four, every system can have winning and losing streaks. Number five, money management plays a large role in the results of your trading. For example, lot size, account size, broker leverage, and broker margin call rules all have an effect on results. Also, your take profit and stop loss settings for individual pair trades and for overall account equity have a major impact on results. If you are new to trading and do not understand these items, then we recommend you go to babypips.com and study there for a while and then come back to us. Thank you. All right, you see my screen here tonight. I'll talk about this screen for a little bit and I'll pass it over to Roger. This happens to be a test that I did last night at the London Open. And I did a couple of things different than what I often do. One of which you'll notice on the equity lock settings. I set $100, lock in $50 and trail by 50. And then I had a second setting said if you get $150, you lock in $100 and trail by 50. And then I said if you get to $200, you lock in $175 and trail by 25. Now, as you see the results, the London Open popped up about $16 or $17 or so. And then it pulled down about 40 or 50 bucks, $45, something like that. And then kicked in and jumped up to $155, which of course passed my 100 mark. So at the 100, it locked into 50, kept going and got to the 150 and locked in the 100, pulled back and took the 100. Right there, closed 100. Got out with $99.89, which I'm happy with that. Now, the other thing I did differently, I used the normalize button for the lot sizes. Now, oftentimes we'll just set that for a fixed lot size, like 0.1 or 0.01, or depending on your lot size and what you want to trade. But as you might recall, if you click the normalize button, what it will do is the particular pairs that have low volatility, it will increase their lot size. So you'll see lot sizes on here, and 0.1 was my default. So 0.1 is the minimum, and that would be for the high volatility pairs. The low volatility pairs would add on, like here on the USD Swiss, it's 0.2. Likewise on the NAS US, you're going up the list here, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. There's a 0.3 on the Euro Pound. You know, the Euro Pound doesn't move very many pips, an average of 50 pips a day. And then all of the rest, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Now that's what these are saying now. Now you want to recall, be aware, this may not be the exact same lot sizes that were in effect at the time the trades took place, because this is an ever-changing thing. As the ADR would change, there could be some variations in these lot sizes. But I have found that when I use this normalize button, it has the net effect of trading a larger lot size and having larger swings up as well as down. So that was interesting. So having said that and shown that little variation, Roger, are you ready to take it away?
Yeah, before I take it away, let me open up the mics so you guys can join in. If you have mics and headsets, you can join in the conversation. Thanks, Dan. I'm going to take the screen from you right now and show you what
if Earl or Mr. Nontasso wants to say hello, we'll know their mics are working.
Earl, can you give us a hello? All right.
Or raise your hand.
All right. Well, let's move on here. Okay. For the benefit those listening to this recorded, and if you guys have been, I know Earl has a question.
I just read it. He said he's got no mic.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
That's all right, Earl.
Earl's been posting on our Forex Factory forum. Earl's been doing having really good results there. But for anyone who's been following what I have been posting, came into a little bit of a dilemma yesterday. And I stated on the forum that I was at a crossroads. Approaching the end of the broker day, the beginning of the new day today, I saw that I have not closed out my basket, my 150 lock in 100 equity lock basket. So at the time there, which I posted a screenshot of this on the Forex forum, at that point in time, I was down 72 pips. So my decision process was either A, close out, just hit the close all button down here at the bottom, yellow close all open trades, and take my lump, my minus 72 pips, which would have been okay because I was up 359 pips over 3 days. And clean the slate and get ready to start trading again tonight. So that was an option for me, but I chose to continue to trade. So I left all these open trades and bring them over into the next broker day. So what I did is I did my normal thing by going through my charts one at a time and just re-verify where the price action is on each individual chart. So let's do that real quickly here. I say that quickly, but sometimes it takes a little time. Okay, so looking at the first pair here, the Aussie CAD, price is still at an all-time low. This pair, let's see if this traded yesterday. Aussie CAD did not trade yesterday because I have not refreshed my dashboard, so I have all the data from yesterday's. So the Aussie CAD has no trade. If there was a trade yesterday, there would be a 1 here, either in the long or the short columns. All right. So I am going to let this ride, being it is at an all-time low, but it is pretty parabolic from where price is right now to the bottom of the Haas. So I'm expecting a pullback here. So we're gonna. Oh, I'm sorry. I take that back. I turned the buy button on. I already did all this. I'm looking for a buy on this. I'm not going to take a short. All right. The next one is a pair that I'm still in, and as you can see, still got a nice trend coming up on the Aussie Swiss. As we zoom out, we can see that we got plenty of room for upward mobility here. So I'm going to let this trade go. And we can see that if you look at yesterday's, here's yesterday's right here. Here's where I entered the trade. But you can see we're kind of like a little bit of a pullback, upward mobility, a little bit of a pullback. So I'm anticipating this thing to continue to go up. So we're going to leave that trade alone, leave it on, let it roll. The Aussie yen. Let's see, let's zoom out. Okay, we're on an upward trend here. Haas is blue, and got plenty of upward movement on that. Could it turn around, get a little bit of a pullback here? It could. It might be. Yeah, I think if it does come in for a pullback, I think it might be wise to turn this and just take a buy only. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, I was going to say I'd put that at buy only.
Yeah, why risk? Because the last time it did a pullback, it went sideways. So wouldn't want to be caught in another bad trade. All right, the Aussie NAS. Again, this is remember what I call an all-time low. You zoom all the way out and you look left and see where price has been. And so as far as the eye can see right here, it's at an all-time low. So I'm thinking this is going to bounce up. And when you look at the Haas, it's kind of flattening out here, isn't it? So I think I have. Oh, actually, I'm still in the trade here. So, you know, the best scenario here would be for this to continue to go short and get into the positive, but at a minimum, hopefully it just goes sideways. And counting on now, let me just reiterate the mentality here of this basket trading. You don't have to have all 10 pairs or 20 pairs or all the numbers. Say I'm in 15 trades here. I don't need all of them to be positive. It'd be great if they were, but I need enough positive trades to overcome the negative trades and get me up to my locking point, which is 150 pips. Okay, and so far we've seen it's done that for 3 days, and now we're waiting. Like I said, we're going to allow this to roll over for the second day. Now, if it doesn't make it, when I get done here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put an equity stop loss here, just to save myself from any further any demise. All right, so that was the Aussie NAS, Aussie US. Zoom out. Looks like it's still going up. So we're going to leave that one alone, right, Dan?
Yeah, it's not on a trade yet.
No, but we're going to let the system tell us here.
Yeah, take it.
CAD Swiss. Zoom out. Well, we'll let the system take that because again, price is parabolic from the Haas right now. So even if there's a pullback, there's a lot of drop down before that Haas turns red. So remember, the Haas has to be red, and then price has to break the red line, which would readjust by that time before it takes a short. So the odds of taking a short tonight are slim to none. Best case scenario, it takes a long, or it just doesn't do anything. That was the CAD yen, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe it was.
All right, Swiss yen. Oh, look at that.
Well, that spike went down there. Look at that wick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see how much of a spike that was. This is the Swiss yen. I wonder if there was news tonight. 53 pips. It could have been some yen news. I haven't checked the news yet. But we have a red Haas. So I mean, here's a good example here that you're probably not going to take a trade tonight, and if you do, you're going to take it at the end of the night sometime. Price is up here, and Haas is already red, so it's looking for a short. So we got to travel from present price 56 pips before we can even think about a trade. So we'll leave this one alone.
Yeah.
What's that, Dan?
You can't take a long because the Haas is red.
That's right. So we won't even worry about that guy tonight. Euro Aussie. This guy's Red Hoss. Price is yeah, it could turn up too. And there's room either way, so we'll let
the system take it.
Yep. Euro CAD. Yeah, nice trend down on this Euro CAD here. Another one that you already had it coming out of. It broke the last low, so let it go. Oh, Euro CAD. I keep on forgetting to zoom back in. We'll let that guy go. I turned off the Euro Swiss. I'll show you why. Euro Swiss is not a big mover, and it is at an all-time high here, as far as we see.
Long-term high, yeah.
Parabolic, and it has. I don't want to take the risk of going higher. This thing has to turn around soon. So my gut feeling says don't even play the Euro Swiss. But if your gut says something different, go for it. All right. Euro pound. Okay, this is on an all-time. It's at some major support right here. If you look left, where we're in the sell. Haas has turned red or turned blue. But you know, it it hit that support area 3 times. Every time that that price hits a support or a resistance area, it's like busting down a wall. The more times you hit the wall, the weaker the wall gets. So you can see it's kind of going, it's consolidating right now. So I mean, really, who knows where it's going to go? Could it go up? Yep. Could it go down? The odds are it's going to go. It can continue to go sideways for another half a day or so, which is okay for me because I'm only down. How many pips am I down here? 9 pips. That's nothing to overcome. All right. Euro pound, euro pound, euro yen. All right. This is the one that's concerning. I am down 44 pips right now. I am in a buy, but look what's happened here. There's some resistance here. It was 1 point, and this is the second point of resistance, and it's gone back to the Haas line. So I'm hoping like what it did here, consolidated, hit the Haas line, and then continued up.
Bounce back up, right? It's done that a couple times already.
So this is a new high right here. I got in at the new high, pulled back, and I'm hoping that it continues up in this upward trend. This is a new trend, a confirmed new trend. It broke the last high. So a little concerning, but you know,
let it roll.
Let it roll. All right. Next one is the Euro NAS. Yeah, you can see down that you know, trading is you know, the skill comes in by having the knowledge and then the wisdom to apply that knowledge. But the other factor is you're at the mercy of the market, and that's the one part of trading that you can't control. And that's why, you know, I feel better to, if I see something iffy, just to take that pair out of the game for the night. All right, let's see the Euro NAS. Does Earl have another question, Dan? I don't see. I have.
Let me see if it's the same one. Oh, he says, no. Bank of Japan is speaking. Major red news for Japan.
Oh, that was it
Oh,
then.
that was Jimmy Bryle said that.
Okay.
Thanks, Jimmy.
That counts for that bet spike right there. Okay, I'm in short here, and this was a pullback here. Feel really good about this continuing on going short.
Yeah, that red hoss is steep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Of course, time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're on this next one. Euro US. Okay, this is open for trading. Not in a trade right now on this. Nice upward Haas trend. It's been trending up now. It started 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago. It hasn't made a newer high yet, a higher high. It looks like it pulled back. It looks like it pulled back on a spike. Is that a spike? Could be it.
Yeah, you're not in it right now.
No, but so it did spike down, a little bit of a pullback. Looks like maybe some news helped it out about 7 hours ago, and so it's trucking back up. So I'm expecting to take a long here.
Yeah, let it roll.
Let it roll.
You want the winners to spank the losers.
That's right. All right, pound Aussie. Love those Aussie pairs, man. Let's see. Now look, there's some classic sideways motion there for quite a while. So it's due for a breakout. Just don't know when. I mean, theoretically, can you trade this right here? Yeah, you could. There's 100 pips right there. You got in somewhere around here. There's 93 pips. So this is a pretty wide range here. Roughly about 281 pip range. You can trade that. Let's see here. Oh, we're working on a red hoss. I'll let this go, Dan.
Yeah, let her roll.
All right. Pound CAD. That's a nice setup there. Look at that. It's already pulled back. This is very nice. This is what you're looking for. Makes you feel good right here. You got a red hoss coming down. You had a nice sharp move down right here. Then you got your pullback. 618 pullback approximately. And now look at that. Shot down. A little bit of a consolidation here. Yep. That's going south. That's what my spidey sense is saying. What about you, Dan?
Yep, I believe so.
All right, pound CAD. Moving along. We're over halfway, guys. Pound Swiss.
It'd go faster if you weren't explaining it as you go. So
oh yeah, I would have been done by now.
Go faster.
I would have been done by now. Okay. Again, here's another classic. All-time high though. But we got to pull back here. Pull back to the Haas line, and I'm gonna let this go.
Yep.
That's right in the middle between the breakouts. So. CAD Swiss. Actually, I got that turned. Yeah, I got that turned on to short only. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna take the short. I'm looking for the short on that. Now it might take half the day to get there for that house to turn over, but I think I'm gonna take the short. And the reason being is because it was at again what I call an all-time high.
Long-term high.
Yeah, long-term high, not all-time. Long-term would be better. verbiage. All right, pound yen. Look at that. There was no spike in the pound yen. I didn't care about that news.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before I zoom out, what are you thinking, Dan? What's that thing looking like? Haas is getting weaker.
It's starting to flatten and maybe getting to turn over. You have to crunch it up and see what it looks further left.
Right. But just before I do that, I just want to put your eyes on there. You can see it start turning over.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to go south.
Mm-hmm. They already broke the Haas. Yep, look at that. If you were to fib this out from here to here, this is probably about 618, close to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 50, that's for sure. Yep. So you know what? Play this either way. Just let
it roll. It's got room to go either way.
Let the AI work, Dan. Oh, there is no artificial intelligence here. All right, that was now the next is the pound NAS. Yep. Looks like the Haas is, nope, it's still red. Downward movement. Yeah, that's going sideways. I'm gonna let it go.
It looks like it'll break out south.
You know, hey,
We'll find out.
Yeah, just the FYI, yesterday or last time it was yesterday when I went through my charts yesterday and did this. There was a couple that I turned off, and a couple, one or two that I took a short or a long only. Can't remember what it was, but it ended up, the ones I turned off ended up going in the direction that I didn't expect it to, and two of them made 80 pips, and the other one made 70 pips. So if I
there you go.
Excuse me. Point is, if I would have, if I would have
left it alone, you'd have made it.
I would have been out. We wouldn't have been talking about this right now. We would have been talking a fresh slate to work with. But hey, it's okay. Right. This is a good drill though, because Mama said that we'll have days like this, Dan. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And we have 4 or 5 nice days in a row, sunny, hot, and everything is just clicking, and then all of a sudden that cold front comes in and you get some stuff that doesn't go the direction you want. And so this is what we have. So you need to learn how to deal with it. And again, option A would be just to close it out and take your 72 pip loss and cry about it for about a half an hour and then drop the tears and press on for the next day, or fight it out. I'm kind of the type of trader that I want to fight it out. That's just my personality and my trading style. But I'm not pushing anything on anyone. You have to identify your own trading style, what you're comfortable with. All right, did I already zoom out on this? Let me get off my soapbox here. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh, yeah, I think I did. We're gonna take this one down, I think. We're gonna let it go. Yeah, because it's we're gonna let this go. Pound NAS. Pound US. Well, looks like we're hitting some support there, Dan. Looks like we pounded the wall 1, 2, 3, 4, or actually pounded the ceiling 4 times. So we have not made a higher high yet.
Yeah, it still could go up and break that prior high.
Mm-hmm.
Let the system decide.
Yep, I agree. Yes. That's CAD. All right, this is one I'm still in, and this one I feel good about. This turning positive for me. It's coming back to the Haas line a little bit. It's closing up that parabolic gap. And look at that nice trend down, nice steady trend.
Sell now.
Right there, it's just supported at support level. No, it's just,
You're in a sell.
yeah, I'm gonna sell. So I'm leaving. Nothing to really decide here. Just wanted to look at just to give me some comfort about what the possibilities are with this in the future. So the possibilities, I would say it would be to continue back in the direction of march of the trend. You agree, Dan?
I think it's a 50-50 because you're sitting on a support, two supports of support right in the area you're in now, and then the one off on the left side of the screen.
You're not saying it's a 50-50-90, are you?
I would, but that 50-50-90 is people don't understand the 90.
Well, I was going to explain it to them. In the world of statistics, a 50-50-90, it means 90% of the time something is going to go into a 50-50 direction.
That sounds like a Rogerism to me. Is that a Rogerism?
I stole that from the Navy years and years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, write that down. You might be able to use it someday. And so 90% of the time, a decision process will go 50-50. In other words, this could go 50-50 90% of the time. But I am I'm banking on looking at this that it's gonna pull back a little bit more and then continue in the direction of the trend.
Mr. Montasso wrote you a note, Roger. He says, "Thank you very much, sir. Now I have understood to control this vehicle. Apologies, don't have mic." Okay.
That's okay.
We get your message, sir.
Yes, sir. And by the way, I don't know where in Thailand you're located, but I love Thailand. I would love to come and retire there. Thailand is such a beautiful country, and the food, you guys got some of the best food in the world. So my hat's off to you, sir. All right, let's move along here. What was that? That was the pound US, correct? I'm getting old, man. I gotta keep it straight, Dan.
I don't remember now. I thought it was pound NAS. No, it wasn't the pound US. There's a pound US.
Okay, pound US.
It's going up.
No, it was. We already looked at this.
Yeah, okay.
It was the pound. It was the
pound NAS.
Someone needs to keep me straight, man. Had to have been the NASCAD. Let's see. I think. Yep, it was the NASCAD. That was one I was in.
Yes, it was. That's where you were, NASCAD.
NAS
Swiss.
All right. Zoom out. I think that's going to go up. We're hitting a point of resistance. We don't know how much, at least the second time hitting that resistance.
Yeah, that high point's a pretty strong one.
Mm-hmm. Now remember,
pips.
If you guys remember my philosophy about trends, trends will go up, pull back. As you can see, let's look at this trend right here. I think my mouse to cooperate. Okay, you had this uptrend right here, a little bit of a pullback, and then a continuation. That's the second leg, a little bit of a pullback, and then the third leg. Okay, you're guaranteed. Well, I'm gonna say not guaranteed. I'm gonna say majority of the time you're gonna get two legs out of a trend. So you get the first leg, a pullback, second leg, and then consolidation or a reversal, like you have right here. Okay, depending on the volatility and the strength and the market movers out there, you'll get a third leg here.
Right.
Challenge you to go through the charts and find a fourth leg. Here's three legs down right here. 1, 2, 3. One leg up here. Here's one leg down, pull back. Second leg down, pull back. Third leg down. So this pair right here looks like it has more, at least in the recent past, three-leg trends, more three legs than two legs. But I don't remember the last time I've seen four legs. That four-legged creature. So that being said, this is going to consolidate or it's going to turn around and go south. Does that make sense, Dan, what I just said? I mean, is that
sure
clear? So that being said,
consolidate meaning it's just going to go parallel.
Right. Go sideways.
Right.
So that being said, I think I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna go short only on this guy
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to take the risk. Now, what was that? That's Swiss, right? Yep. I don't want to take the risk of going long, especially knowing that I'm at a point of resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Take the long trade and have it turn around and go south on me. Trying to avoid that.
It's a
Are you
good
with me,
call.
Pat? Do you hear me? Do you hear me barking?
I hear you.
All right, Nazian. All right, here's a nice one. We can read this pretty easily. I'm hoping, hey guys, the more you look at your charts, I can't stress this enough. The more you look at your charts, the more you start seeing, especially you start seeing the peripheral stuff too. And the more you see, the more information you put in your head, and the better decision processing you'll have. So I recommend you look at your charts at least once a day, if not twice. All right, let's zoom out on this guy here. I think this is going to go down. Well, we got one leg up, pull back, and then a long second leg up. We got a little bit of that pull. Let's see how much we got from where we're at on price to the last high. We have 47 pips. And Dan, what was our first lock at? Our first lock was our first stop loss. Our trailing stop loss was our target was 20. Our lock is 18. So that's a
20
break-even.
pips. The 20 pips trail by 18.
Right.
Lock in 2.
Right. So that's like a break-even plus 2. That's a good thing to have, especially on an hour chart. But the second lock is at 25, and I trail by 10.
You trail by 15. Lock in 10.
You're correct. You're correct. That's what I said. Oh yeah. No. You're right.
Then at 30, when you get to 30, you tighten it up. You trail by 5. Lock in 25.
Yep. That's what we want.
And you'll notice in a lot of these baskets, you get a lot of cycle P&L numbers are all where you've had individual trades close out and keep the money.
Yep.
It's a good thing to have.
Hey, we got Gary Cook showed up. Welcome, Gary. Let me turn your mic on. We got the mics open so you can talk to us if you have a headset or.
Yeah, I see your mic's on. Where are you from, Gary?
Hey, Gary, can you hear us?
You may not have a mic. No mic at work. Okay, we understand.
Hey, Earl has a question, I think, and so does Buddha.
Okay, let me check it.
Hey, Buddha. Hey, I'm sorry. Forgive me for not pronouncing your name correctly, but you got a nickname? Can we just call you Bud?
Let me see. No, we don't have any new questions.
Okay.
We've already looked at their comments.
All right.
Now, Gary, if you do have any questions, you could type it in the question box.
Or in the chat box.
Yeah, chat box.
Chat box is probably better for us. I see it also. I have my questions turned off, but the chat box is open. Okay, so on this one right here, hey, just to recap, Gary, I don't know if you followed, this is Roger speaking. I'm Roger 777 on the Forex Factory, our forum there. And I have 2 setups that I've been posting for you all to follow along to get an idea of how our system works, the dashboard with the Haas trading system. And I'm just going through my charts right now. We're almost done going through the charts. And what I started doing with this is let me go back this real quick. The setup here is a 24. I got my dashboard set on a daily here. The Euro Turkey's on the daily. So I'm going to take one. I have the possibility of taking 1 trade per day per pair. So that's a potential 28 pairs a day as long as they get qualified. And First 3 days, I started out with $1,000, and I was up to made 59 pips in those 3 days. But yesterday, I got caught and in some drawdown, as you can see, and I had a choice of either at, I don't know, around 3 o'clock today, closing out with a 72 pip loss, which, hey, I'm still up for the week, not bad, or fighting it out. I just expressed earlier that my trading mentality and style and personality is that I hate taking losses, and if I can fight it out into at least a break even plus, then if I see the potential there for that, then I'll do that. So I decided today to fight it out so I can illustrate to you guys my methodology of fighting it out. And that is simply leave the trades that are on alone and trade into the next day and take on new trades. But right now we're going through all the pairs again to determine if we need to help them out a little bit by turning off one direction or another, or as you can see right here in the Euro Swiss, I have that button turned off completely. All right, so what was the last pair we were on, Dan? Was it
Were you on NAS? Were you on NAS US?
Yeah, yep. We're gonna take that short only.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so the next one.
Yeah, you already said it, short only. Yep.
Yep. NASCAD. Or I'm sorry, USCAD, not NASCAD. Stop. All right, so the trend, the Haas is down, we got a downward trend, and we're at a breakout line right now. So this could trigger breakout is, I have it set breakout plus 2 pips. Meaning price action has to go 2 pips beyond the breakout line. Nice trend down there. We're
you got more room to go down.
Yep, and we're probably at a we're definitely, I would say definitely past the 618 pullback. So we had a little bit of a pullback here yesterday, and then a continuation on the trend. Zoom back in. A little bit of sideways at the end of the day. Of course, you expect that at the end of the U.S. session.
It's almost going to take a trade now. About 2 more pips down, 2 or 3 more pips down, you'll be in it short.
Yeah, I think we're going to let this go. Let the machine do the work. The non-AI do the work, right? So we'll call it non-AI. That would be artificial intelligence. All right. So, oh yeah, we're just going to leave that. Yeah, we'll just leave that alone. U.S. Swiss. All right, that baby's going sideways. It's been sideways for a day and a half now. Haas is really flattening out. Look at that. You guys really, can you see the, I can't zoom in anymore. Yeah, I could. Look at that. Look at how flat that Haas has been the last 8 hours. Ooh. That's some serious consolidation right there.
Again, slightly.
For just to reiterate and re-explain the makeup of the Haas. One of the nice things about the Haas, of course, it's a trend setter, a trend identifier, but it's multiple moving averages of MAs, and it gives you instead of a line, it gives you like these bars, strength bars, and as the trend gets stronger, the bars get longer. As the trend gets weaker, the bars get shorter. So this is pretty weak right here. So Dan, when it's weak, when in doubt, what do we do? What's the adage? When in doubt, Charlie out. In other words, don't play it. So we're going to turn that U.S. Swiss off. I just didn't like it. Well, actually.
It's already in a trade.
Oh, yeah. Duh. Let's see. Okay. But I'm not going to turn it off. I'm going to continue to hope that this is going to go short. See. All right. U.S. Swiss, U.S. yen. Last one. I'm still on this guy. Now this is a nice sign here. Again, this yellow mark here. See that vertical yellow line? That tells me where I entered the trade at. All right. So these lines have readjusted since yesterday. So the trade was entered, well, obviously right here. No, I just took that US CAD.
The USD CAD just took the short that we just had on the screen.
Yep. All right, so price came down, took the trade, pulled back to the Haas line, and now it looks like it could be going sideways. So, you know, I guess what I can hope for right now is that this continues to go sideways, just to kind of hedge, neutralize this pair from getting any worse, being any more of a negative factor on my overall basket here. Now you can see here at 3 o'clock, I was or around 3:30 at the end of the broker day, I was down 73 pips. Right now I'm only down 55 pips, and I have 50 pips in the basket already in the bank. I have it there, so that's countering the overall negative $106 or 106 pips in the active trades. All right. So just to recap, when this basket equity here, let me get the mouse over here. When this basket equity reaches 150, this puppy will lock in 100 pips, and this will up here will lock in. You'll see 100 pips locked in.
$100.
$100 because it's $1 a pip,
Mm-hmm.
and then it will start trailing by 50, and then the basket closes when the whole basket, the equity of the basket comes down and breaks the 100 pip line or whatever, wherever it's at, wherever the lock is at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a trailing lock. It's an equity trail lock, which is kind of nice.
Right. Cool.
And yep. And just remember too, we also have that same kind of system on the individual pairs where we do a trailing stop loss
by
all
pips.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Exactly. So now you went through all the charts. What are you going to do now?
Oh, I'm gonna get on my knees and pray, man.
Well, I was going to say you could consider a couple of ideas that might be called damage control. Right now, you've got your equity profit target set at $150.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which is pretty high. You might want to consider lowering that.
Well, no, just so you guys know, if I was to go into my properties right now, I would erase. It would reset everything on here. In other words, all my blue buttons, all the buys, the shorts that I've established here, and I would also lose my X's. Now these X's pop up when you take a trade. Right. When it closes, that means that X stays there until the new candle the next day. So being on a daily chart, this X will be there until I start the new day tomorrow.
But you could hit that basket equity TP button and set a fixed take profit line up there.
I could do that, or I can set a
likewise on the basket equity stop loss line.
Mm-hmm. So let's
now you're 154.
Let's see, I'm down. Was 144 was my max low, 143. So I
should get a horizontal line on there somewhere.
It takes 2.5 minutes, Dan, remember?
2.5 minutes? Yeah, we got a 2.5 minute. Point to that 2.5 minute button up there so they can see it. That sets your time period for the horizontal chart there. Every 2.5 minutes, it'll refresh itself.
And give you an update the graph.
Yeah, when you have that set on 2 minutes, you get 24 hours across that graph.
Yep.
So the higher the minutes you set it, the more time you have across that graph.
Yep. So I am excited about this because tomorrow you guys check the Forex Factory and you'll see this post. Now I'm walking on faith here, guys. I'm walking the plank. You guys are going to see this posted with closing with positive equity.
Hmm.
I'm almost positive that will happen.
Hmm. Now so, your basket equity take profit, you could hit that button too, right?
I could do that, but no, I wanna.
Or you're gonna go for the 150.
I want to go for the 150, man.
Okay, swing for the bleachers.
Reach for the stars, man. You know, and if you make the moon, hey, that's okay too. Right? All right. Hey, yeah. Do we have any questions, Dan? I see nothing in the chat there.
No new questions.
All right. So no one has a mic, so we can't.
No, but you can raise your hand if you have if you want to call our attention to something. Now there, your stop loss line just went on there.
There you go.
And show them how you can click those little carrots to make it go up and down while you're looking at it, or do you have to wait 2.5 minutes every time?
I think it has to reset. I think it,
Okay.
yeah, you have to wait for the next.
So you're just going to leave it there?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay, that's fine.
So hey, look. Bottom line here, in 4 days of trading, I've made 359 pips. Because my account balance was, I started. Of course, this updates every day. Whenever you reset your properties, your starting balance. But take my word for it. I started this out. Excuse me. And you can check it on Forex Factor. I started out with $1,000. So I'm up 359 pips. And if this thing backs down and does not close with positive equity, I'm only going to be down, I'm going to lose 144 pips, which means I'm still up 200 and some change. It's not bad. I don't know, anyone else's trading experience, but I know that for a lot of people out there, especially as some of the comments you read on these trading blogs, people are getting excited about just making, 15, 20.
If you take this loss, you got $200 is 20% of your $1,000.
Yeah, that's not bad in 5 days?
20% in a week or less, not bad.
So hey, I'm a believer, Dan. Are you?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. If you guys have any more, if you don't have any questions, we can close it down for the night, and anxiously wait for the results tomorrow. And again, what I like about this is we just spent an hour together going through my charts. Now, if I was to do it by myself, like I said, it would probably take me 15 minutes. But I spent an hour of my time sharing my charts with you, and now when we get done here, I'm gonna call the night. I'm gonna go to bed and sleep and not worry about this. Stress-free trading, right, Dan?
That's right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yep. So that being said, if there's no more questions, final check, Dan, for questions.
I don't see any right now. Now, Gary, I think Gary, you may know this, Roger. Is Gary one of our customers? Gary Cook. Have you bought in yet, or you're still studying?
I think Gary's still studying.
Okay.
That's okay, Gary. Take your time.
Yeah, take your time.
No rush. You need to make sure you make the right decision. Earl has a good question, Dan.
Yeah, here he is. Let's see. Oh, Gary says, no, just started following, but going to buy in. Gary says he's going to buy in. And let's see. Earl's got his hand up. Let me see if I can see what he's saying here. Earl.
Are you looking in the question box?
Setting the 2.5 minute to 10 minute will show for the week. Yeah, you could do. Yeah, Earl, that would let the chart be the whole week.
Yeah, that's a good point, Earl. And what you're doing is you're stretching out the dynamics of your charting. Is it going to give you the same picture? Yeah, if you're trading for the week, if you're going to continue to take baskets. Now, I mean, this thing has so much flexibility, so much you can do with this. Like for me, I'm taking one and done a day, right? Stop after one basket, and then I'm going to reset for tomorrow. But there's other traders that continue to take baskets. So I don't want to click this, but if you were to click this 5 times, it would go back to the default where it says it's a green button that says
go at profit.
Right. And with that saying go at profit, it will close a basket and then start looking for new trades, as long as your Euro Turkey is on the same time frame as your trading charts.
Yeah. That way it'll take a profit, wipe the slate clean, and start over and just keep going automatically.
Yep, exactly.
While Roger's doing it, taking it once and done per day, and then every day he starts it afresh at a certain time.
Now, yeah, exactly. Now, this is my cut on trading. This is me. This is not you're not giving any professional advice, but I'm sharing my experience and my personality with you on my trading. When I'm trading lower time frames, an hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, the most important factor besides, you guys are gonna hear it, I'm gonna preach it to you over and over and over again, but the two most important killers in trading is not having patience and having too much greed. All right, that means going back to the well one too many times. Okay, the other thing is market exposure, especially on your lower time frames. And if you guys are experienced traders, you know what I'm talking about. The longer your exposure to the ever-changing market, the higher the probability of it not turning out well for you. So that's why I like doing these daily hit and runs. Take a basket a day. Find that comfortable equity lock for you. You know, if 150 and 100 is too high, you can adjust that. You can go down to 40 or 80 and 40 or 20 and 10, whatever you feel comfortable with. But on the lower time frames, limit that market exposure, and it will tremendously increase your success rate. Now, with that being said, I think next Wednesday, maybe Monday, but definitely next Wednesday, I'm gonna show you my long-term trading strategy, where I go to a daily chart and I go long-term. Now this will contradict what I just said on the surface about market exposure. All right, but once I show you how I do that, you'll understand that, you know, now I wouldn't want to trade long-term on an hour chart, but going to the higher time frames is a lot safer. You cut out a lot of noise, but that's really where patience has to come in on those higher time frames. So, okay, I think that's all I got for tonight, gentlemen. And Dan, if that's all you have.
That's all I have, sir. Good job, Roger.
Well, good job to you. And you guys, Bud and Earl and Gary, you guys, thanks for coming, and hope to see you again on Monday night. Okay?